And well, everybody's sculpture is exceptional. I'm so excited about this one because so many people in our community love Lovecraft and the Lovecraft stories. And Shadow over Innsmouth, if I'm pronouncing that properly, is the one where you have people that come out of the ocean, but they're hybrided people. And, well, needless to say, I'm very happy to introduce you to my brother who came in and created this week with us and for you out there. And please bring up your contact information and say your name, look right in the camera, and give us your contact information.
All right, well, my name's Clint Wilder, and yeah, my Insta, everything's Wilder Workshop. Perfect. So real easy to find.
Yeah.
Just hop on over. You know, you want to smash that like and subscribe button. Actually, you can't subscribe,
well,
but yeah, you can come say hi.
Well, once again, Clint has been a force of nature during the class, and as I always love to say, the proof is in the pudding. You can't fake a sculpture, and there it is. I love the wide mouth, and once again, the fishy presence is here for me. This detail just came on in the last few moments. This to me is sonar. And once again, I'm not creating a backstory. That's what it is for me. When I look at it, this is some kind of, it's near the nose, so it's a sensing device, but this is what says sonar to me. Like a porpoise. I feel like he could be sending out signals. That's what I get from it. You did beautiful vein work and beautiful detail that he started to do here. Was there anything difficult? What did you encounter in developing this design in the last, this is probably 37 hours of sculpting, a very short time?
Yeah, really that was it, I have not ever started a sculpture just from scratch from my imagination. So that was a challenge.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, I decided I didn't like it, so we cut half of the face off and started over. So
that's right.
Yeah, that was kind of challenging to try
that
to bring
is
it
challenging.
all back together and get it where it needs to be. But tell you what, guys, if you want a good guy to show you how to do it, that's the guy.
Well, I thank you. And you know what? It's funny because Clint is a professional and he's already been working for some time. That's evident. And it's funny because that challenge of having to change something when you're farther into it, whether inspired by the client or by you yourself, self-editing your sculpture. One of the great things about working as a commercial artist is not bringing or allowing the pressure to affect your performance. Sculpture still has to be good no matter what the deadline is. And I have always maintained that I'm working certainly for my employer, but I'm also working for the photos and for the experience. And then certainly, of course, for the opportunity. But I just love this. And once again, I know many people. I myself have not read all the Lovecraft books, but I understand and I know many of my contemporaries just go crazy for that material. I want to attract your attention to his very deft handling of veins and how gorgeous that is. I showed him a little demo. We talked about it, but this is beautiful, beautiful work, brother. Imperfection, putting on these little bumps and stuff. I love that because I feel like even if you did it in an organized way, I feel that this is organic because it's random. Sometimes I'll turn off my brain and I'll just do little artifacts, and that can be more nature-like. The compression here is gorgeous. The flow, as Steve Wang and I used to have conversations about flow, there's flow coming off the cheekbone that's repeated here. So you got 1 repeat, 2 repeats, 3 repeats, 4 repeats, and they're all traveling with great flow. I love it.
Awesome, that was a total accident.
Well,
but I'll take it.
Once again, that's what
I don't know what I'm doing. That's all this guy.
No.
I just make it up as I go. I just make a mess.
You're wonderful, and you're also wonderful to work with. You know, we always want to work in life with friendly, kind people. I believe as we grow to be adults, we're still looking to make tree houses with our friends on the street. We're still walking around saying, hey, do you have nails? I have wood. Let's go build a clubhouse.
Yep.
And a lot of that feeling was in this class.
Yeah.
And well, needless to say, I appreciate working with you. And
hey,
you came out from Utah as well.
I did. Yeah, I'm in the Salt Lake area.
Well,
Yep.
Once again, I appreciate you traveling and coming to be with us, and you were positive.
Well, I'll tell you, this was a long time. I mean, what was it, 2018, 2019?
Yeah,
that
that's
I
right.
first sent you an email and
That's
said,
right,
hey, I
that's
want to
right.
come to your class.
Yeah,
and then here we are,
Yeah.
years later. And finally, this year, I decided, you know what? I need to go to that class. I need to go hang out with Don because I want to say I'm pretty sure it was Jimmy Stewart that he said, learn from the masters, learn from your contemporaries,
Right.
and always keep trying to improve yourself. Basically.
Right.
And that's what this class is. It is if it's hard to express, but basically it's I've seen your videos,
Sure.
I've seen your instruction,
Yeah.
but there is something different. It's visceral. It's different that you just take away more.
I thank you.
So it's worth it. If you're thinking about it, come to class.
Once again, we don't rehearse any of this, folks. So, listen, I appreciate you saying that, and it means the world to me. And well, to even if you'll allow me to put a finer point on it, this is the happiest days of my life are spent sharing with people the things that you and I have learned along our path. You know, we go and we learn these things. And it's wonderful to be able to share them with people, see what they do with them in their hand. For example, with this vein thing, you know, I discovered a new way of doing veins that was different than I had done.
Tell them.
You
have to come to the class to learn this trick. This is amazing.
Well,
there is some things that when you can sit and watch a person live,
right?
And Don is very reticent to do it on your stuff. He says, I don't want to do it.
No.
And so I had to goad him a little bit, and I said, just get after it and show me some stuff. And he did, because I just wanted to watch him work.
Well, and we can get a lot.
It's amazing.
We can get a lot. Since you brought it up, I used to work with Steve Wang, and on certain projects, I would just watch his body attack. By that I mean his stance, the way he stood and stuff, and I learned that from him. Also, many conversations, like I mentioned, just about flow. It's funny, I'm the weird son of 5 or 6 sculptors that I worked with. And once again, I'm happy to pass whatever I did pass to you.
I'll take it.
But we're also very excited about your future and the things that you do. And I invite everybody out there to follow this wonderful fella. Once again, you're a force of nature. And hardworking. Let's give everybody a chance to just drink it in. I'm going to stop talking just for a second, and I'm just going to turn and thank you for coming forward a little bit. Our photographer is going to take a few moments and drink in this wonderful. Well, once again, for me, it's that aquatic, half human. I wonder what it is about the ocean. We just love telling the story of a hybrid being that is either touched by the ocean or summoned by the ocean or of the ocean.
Well, I think it translates well to space as well. So you can do, ocean and clearly fantasy, but it could be flying through space on some gas giant.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be water.
That's right. And for those of you out there who don't know, these screws here, those are for the molding process. There's some wonderful eye forms here that we got from Fourth Seal. That's Fourth Seal eyes. We use them quite often for the class. And these are just plain bucks that are not painted, and they don't have any kind of iris or anything like that, but they do have this magical screw. So when the mold is made on something like this, the mold material grabs onto the screw and the eye form remains in the mold. And since it is the pre-established or the exact form and shape and outer circumference of the eyes that they sell, this is your sculpting buck. This is to secure the sculpting buck into the mold. And so when you run a copy of this in any material, whether it be latex, silicone, whatever, when you look in the mold, the eye forms remain. When you run a copy and you pull it out of the female mold and you now have a positive representation of this, there's a void that represents the size of that eyeball created by the ball being held into the mold by the screw. And also early in the sculpture, he's able to tune the eyes using the screw. So it has multiple uses. But in case you're wondering out there, that's what that is. So, and with that, we're going to wrap up. But once again, I want you all to follow Clint and see his further adventures. And once again, I hope to work with you on a film if I'm lucky. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. It's been
Never done that, so hey, call me.
it's been wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks. No, that's been great.
We appreciate you spending some time with us this evening. I'm going to have you aim the camera more at me. And thank you again. And so, well, it's been a wonderful week, and I'm pretty exhausted. You may be able to tell the old man's a little tired right now, but I want you to know my heart's filled with joy. I just spent a week with these wonderful folks that you just saw in the last 5 films. We had beautiful music going, and we had everybody working so hard. First, foremost, I want to thank our students for this amazing, beautiful week that I'll take into my retirement and remember and look back at these pictures and remember these wonderful voices, these wonderful times of people learning. What a wonderful atmosphere. I'm privileged to be part of it. I have a new class coming up. If you've seen something in the video, or if you've talked to one of our students, and if you'd love to come join me for the week, people have been asking me about weekend classes. I'm looking into that now, but we're still just doing our same class that we've been doing for the last 14 years now, which is the Making Monsters 101 class. I'd like to invite you, and I'd like to see how your mind works, see what kind of concept you would sculpt. And I guess that's the big opportunity with this class. There's 2 things. One is you come with a design that you're passionate about, and you come to the class and we facilitate you. And the other thing that's so wonderful about our Making Monsters class is we save you time. First 10 years of my life, I was ripping at the clay saying, do it, become what I want you to be. And it was a hard time. Now, on this side of it, the sculpting tools, the methods, those things become easy, and it really just becomes about finding a design. And once again, that's what we share with you. We save you time by showing you techniques that you would get on your own. You'd find them along the path, but we give them to you early. Anyways, look down below in the information on any of the last live videos from today. And please send me an email if you'd like to find out about the class. And thank you to my friends who stayed late. Thank you to our wonderful photographer. And I want to thank Greg Williams and the Puppet Studio for giving us this beautiful space with these. Get a shot of that skylight. See, take a shot of that. Go right to the roof. Look up, look up. Do you see that skylight, folks? That means that every morning we come in and we look at our sculptures, come back to the sculpture. You see that soft, beautiful light cascade, and then we tune our sculptures and our sculpting tables to the light that you need. But isn't it funny, after years of sculpting in fluorescence, I just love natural light. I just want to sculpt in natural light. And then you use a fluorescent maybe for detail, but you can see he didn't need it, and you got beautiful stuff. Not you guys. I'm rambling now. I thank you all for supporting our young artists and our next generation of creature creators. God, that sounds silly, but designers. That's what I mean. Artists, our future artists and designers. And that's what we're about here. And well, it's just been wonderful. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. See you at the end of the coming month. Thank you, Clint. Yeah, we're done. Yay. Bye-bye.
Next.